2025 here at Duxford. We're shortly to hear the roar of the twin Eurojet history because he was the last ever new RAF Tornado GR4 pilot to be trained. Taylor and Rolls prior to another screw heading away from us. The smoke goes back on and he pulls up. With some negative G rolls on the top. For another low side slip with the smoke on. And in for the roll. So Kirsten's in the cruise pit, and she is then the right way up. Here's Kirsten, and they will definitely be able to see you waving. So at this point, Kirsten is watching Emma to make sure they are in time with each other. Stay the same as watching.
Fresh air. What is that? Is that do you qualify and get a t-shirt?
Pretty much. Anyone that's flown loves to have a t-shirt. We've named ourselves the Fresh Air Club.
Very good.
And here it comes. Our bomber and fighter, the R4D and the Spitfire. The colours this aircraft actually wore the Royal Indian Air Force. Also be able to bring its own firepower to bear on the target. Currently providing overhead cover for the R4D as it sets up for another run. But those troops look to be pretty well dug in. So he's going to be turning round for another pass.
going ahead again. Giving it another go on the target. Well, in fact, deciding not to use weapons on that pass, so a bit of a... Neither the bomber nor the Spitfire have been able to finish off the objective. The flak again being unleashed against our spotter aircraft. Helicopter gunship, entered service in 1967, immediately was deployed with the US Army to Vietnam. Around 1100 AH-1G models, production model at that time, were built as the type came to dominate US Army attack aviation. In Vietnam, they support ground forces with covering fire, they escort transport helicopters. What will be
Time now to introduce our co-pilot for today. Joining Carol in the cockpit is Flight Lieutenant Jacob Cameron Johnson, or as we know him, CJ. Spell. CJ's an avid Formula 1 fan, but there's nothing louder and better than the sound of a Chinook blade slap. Next up, signal reposition, where we'll be showcasing an exciting and dangerous capability in the Chinook. Reposition once more, then run in for a fast open approach, decelerate the aircraft rapidly to accurately dispatch the troops on the tight landing site. If you look in the door now, Josh has dispatched the road port. We operate in dusty environments like the desert to save the natural shock. From the crew and a flash of the lights, and then you'll watch the incredible dawning climb named after the base in Bosnia where the Chinook demonstrates its incredible power, dominating other helicopters types during the Kosovo War.
aircraft is doing as well. Top speed is in the region of 220 knots, that's just over. Now putting the boat back on the time, it's ready for the brake. Step roll and then the brake. They head towards one another. Vertical rolls. Now we can smoke on go, the two aircraft pull up and away from each other, and this is starting to start. Obviously, what we're going to see shortly is in 1 fighter, 1F4. firepower and able to fire a next-generation Hellfire missile from up to 12 kilometers away. Big ammunition. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for the 2025 Army Air Corps display team.
Will be a nostalgic site because the Tiger Club, that great organisation, has done so much to further the cause of recreational and sport flying in all sorts of forms in the UK, used to regulate this team. Been witnessed from this aerodrome over the past 5 decades. As the 4 stomps come into land. As the aircraft flies past, you might be able to tell that one of the and they're starting off in what they call Super Vic formation, all 7 aircraft together in Vic. The 7 aircraft being Vans RV-8, the most popular home-built aircraft in the world, and it's not difficult to see why when you consider the sort of performance that allows them to put on a show such as this. Mercies of Wales Air Squadron at St Athan on the Tutor. Bringing them round now for an underside pass. Pulling the team up, rolling left. Of them in Vic formation, the other 2 elegantly barrel rolling around their smoke. And as they finish that, world. And there's a nice break with 6 and 7, followed by 4 and 5 as they head vertical. Crossing well now. Back in the military environment as an instructor at RAF Valley on the Hawk T2. Up now. Again, twisting the formation as they descend. Decathlon, and there goes the break of Ravens 1 to 5. Very pretty indeed, and a bit of green, the sun comes out of the Team Raven fan break. That was the 2025 Team Raven.